Tonight we're learning more about water problems some people in Manor are dealing with.
Some neighborhoods there had little to no water for hours overnight, and now there's a boil water notice. KVUE's Malia Masamoto joins us now with the latest from Manor. Malia.
Hi, Brian, Ashley. Earlier this morning, I talked to Crossroads Utility Service, the water service provider for this area, and they told me they didn't have any outages, but just extreme low water pressure. But I talked to a resident later this afternoon, and he told me he didn't have a single drop of water for almost 5 hours last night. It was around 7 p.m. Thursday night when Manor resident Fab Rousseau went to turn on his faucet, but to his surprise, not a single drop of water came out.
My first reaction was, did I forget to pay my water bill?
But it turns out Rousseau wasn't the only one without water.
When I looked on, I started getting alerts on my phone. That was a neighborhood problem.
17 other streets in the Presidential Meadow neighborhood also experienced water issues. But Crossroads Utility Services, the water service provider for the area, told us that there were no outages, just extreme low pressure issues. Rousseau disagrees.
There was completely no water, zero water in all the faucets, which I thought was strange.
Crossroads says the extreme low water pressure was due to a shortage of water from their wholesale water provider, Metro H2O. Rousseau said the water came back on at around 11:30 Thursday night.
It's a good thing I had one of the faucets on. When the water came on, I heard, a push.
So it was
water
full right away. But those few hours without water is something Rousseau does not want to go through again.
Not to be able to use the amenities of basic thing like water is shocking.
And since Crossroads had a similar water pressure issue last week, Rousseau says he's preparing.
I'm hoping it doesn't go out tonight, but I think it may go out again.
Really? Why do you say that?
Because last week with low pressure, I thought the problem was resolved, but compared to what happened last night, that was worse than last week. So it can't get any worse, but I don't think the problem is resolved.
Now, Crossroads told me they put out these signs around 11 p.m. last night to alert residents in the area of the boil water notice. We drove around and saw about 4, maybe 5 of these down this street right here, but it wasn't until 8:30 this morning that they sent out emails and calls to residents to let them know of that notice. Now, currently, they're still under that boil water notice until anything else changes.